Hello everyone, and yeah, next week I'll be able to start making longer videos. Don't want to go into why, and no, it's not just because I want to play more WoW. You can ask my guildies. I haven't been playing as much WoW as I had been. Real life stuff. Anyway, today we're going to be going over, well, my plans as far as gearing at 60, and I'll tell you, they're not that good. Right now, because I hadn't really put any serious thought into it. I put all my thought into leveling, and I'm only level 54 now. I know. Some people have 2 or 3 60s by now. God knows how, but they do. Anyway, that's not the point. The point of this is, now obviously I'm on the WoWhead, and went to the Holy Paladin page. I'm going to give you my opinions on what they say here, and how easy or difficult this is going to be for any paladins out there who want to actually, be useful and heal. So, in PvE. PvP, you can go red if you like. Personally, I wouldn't, but hey, whatever. In PvE, you want to heal? This is going to be for you. So let's start with the headpiece. The one I actually I'm working toward right now. Right now, the best in Phase 1, like they do say, is in fact the green lens. Now, I could have bought one of these for like 30 gold for like plus 55 healing, I think it was, but I haven't leveled my engineering on that character yet, so not a viable option unless you're an engineer. Excuse me, as it says there, you need 245 engineering. Most people are not going to have that, so if that's not you or me, we're going to have to move on. White Soul Helm is pretty much what I'm working toward right now. And it's not that bad so long as you're a miner. And by that I mean you actually mine ores, not that you are below age 18. But yes, 20 thorium bars right now. I think I got saved up like 15 in the bank right now. I got all the dream dust I need to make the enchanted thorium bars, but I need like 24 thorium, 12 dream dust. I have the true silver, I have the gold already. All I need to buy or find is the Azerothian diamonds, which I'm pretty sure are going to cost an arm and a leg too. So, hey, you know what? 35 plus healing plus intellect. It's not a great PvP helm. But right now there's no PvP system. This is purely for PvE, and I guess it could work in PvP if you got that Librum that gave you a stamina. If you want to min-max for PvE, you'd put on the intellect onto that, as they even said here, the Librum of Veracity. So that's 30 gold. I don't know why that says 130 gold, but you need all that, which is not difficult to get from what I remember. Yeah. Next would be the neck piece. The neck piece, it's not that bad to get. You just gotta run Strat Undead, which you're gonna be doing anyway for the chest piece, Robes of the Exalted, so hopefully you'll get that in the meantime, because, there's no intellect on it, but, arguably you could make the thing for the Tooth of Nar, but it doesn't have any plus healing, but it does have MP5. Not a lot of MP5, and it does have some intellect, so up your spell crit, but yeah, hopefully you'll get the neck while you're running for the chest, so that's not that bad. Shoulders, well, they're both BOE, so you could buy them. If I were you, I would probably try and gather the mats. I don't know if I'd want the Dawnbringer shoulders or the Living shoulders. Let's just face it, the Dawnbringer shoulders, they kind of suck as far as stats go, but that healing, I would probably actually go for the Living shoulders. Just because if we're going pure PvE, hey, at least you can maybe put them on an AQ. 3 nature resistance ain't much, but let's see what I don't even know what they take to make. Wow, not that much. I could totally actually get most of that. I usually get about 20 to 40 rugged leathers per night anyway, so I could just set that back. Living essence I'd have to probably buy in the rune thread. I think you just buy off of the vendor, so I could find a leather worker to make that. That wouldn't be that difficult, actually, though I never thought of that. So I'm learning things too here. I'm learning my future plans for Phase 1. Now for the cape. The cape, you're gonna have to run Blackrock Defs anyway. Stratholme Live, healers don't generally go through Stratholme Live, and you're kind of really gambling. You have to gamble for it to even drop on the first place from Galford. And you have to hope that it gives you a plus healing enchantment, which is like 2 rolls. The odds of this is very minuscule. I wouldn't try for this. It's great if you get it, but personally I'd probably go for the Sprite Caster. But you're going to piss off some mages. But, I mean, it's better. As far as, it's intellect, stamina, and, you'll at least get some healing. Whereas the Archivist, you might not get any healing. You might get of stamina, or, I don't know, I don't friggin' know. You might not get plus healing, though. So, if you want consistency, you'd run Blackrock Depths for that. Which you're gonna have to run to even get attuned to Molten Core anyway, at least once. But you're probably not gonna get it even then. Excuse me. This will be largely negated come phase 2 or 3 anyway, when the Height of the Wild, no, is that Height of the Wild or Cloak of the Wild? It's some kind of cloak that it's a purple BOE that I think either Leatherworkers or Tailors can make. I think Leatherworkers. So that will be easier to get later. Chest, no real contest. You want Robes of the Exalted. You don't want to piss off the mages with getting Alana's Embrace. It's not that great for you as a healer. It's fine, but it's kind of better on a mage or a warlock. Robes of the Exalted, though, that's your jam. You're gonna be wearing that through AQ40. I think you might replace it in Nax as a Paladin, but I mean, yeah, you want Robes of the Exalted. That's your legendary piece that everybody will know you for. Risks. Well, you're gonna be running either Skullomance or Blackrock Spire, lower. Obviously, you'd want the Loomguard arm braces. It's basically a shaman item, but since we're paladins, we can wear it anyway, so it's 20% chance. Get running Skolo. You're gonna want it. Easy. Well, not easy. I mean, you have a 1 in 5 chance to get it, and odds are, it won't be that hard to get. So long as you run Skolo with any amount of consistency, which you hopefully will, because you'll want that Argent Dawn rep for later. Legs. Well, let's see what we got here. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good, too. Again, you're going to be running Blackrock Depths anyway, so it gives you a good reason to run Blackrock Depths, or Blackrock Spire. Either one, you're going to be running dungeons. I mean, I won't be running these until I'm 60, because I have no intention of doing 60 dungeons until I'm 60. Or at least higher level dungeons until I'm 60, because I'm not trying to heal Blackrock Depths, or whatever it is, as Ret. Not doing it. Could I? Probably. I'm not going to, though, so don't ask me. Hands. I think this means like from the random enemies. I've never seen this thing drop once, so I wouldn't count on it, and I've run Sunken Temple, I'd say over a dozen times over my life back in vanilla. I never once saw them drop. I wouldn't count on these dropping, personally, so... And if they do drop, again, with the other thing, they might not have healing on them, so I wouldn't be trying to get that. Hands of the Exalted Herald, however. Well, those at least have consistency when they do drop. Hands are going to be pretty hard to find, plus healing on in the beginning in Phase 1. These are probably one of the harder slots along with the back to get, because Princess Moira Bronzebeard is all the way at the end of BRD. And to get all the way to BRD, you're probably going to want to be 60, because I remember that room before the Princess. That room sucks if you're lower level. Like, really sucks. There's so many dwarves in there. Waste? Well, I think there's like 2 or 3 different BOEs. Really, whatever you can find that's cheap, just buy what you can. I mean, obviously, Sash of Mercy is really good, so if you can find that for fairly cheap, buy it. I mean, it's almost as good, for God's sake, it's almost as good as your Robes of the Exalted as far as plus healing goes. It's not great as far as intellect goes, but that plus healing, I mean, Belt of the Ordained is pretty nice as well, because you actually get intellect as a bonus, which ups your crit rating, which as a Holy Paladin is really good. So I'd actually probably go for Belt of the Ordained if I have the choice, and it'll probably be cheaper to boot. It's not the best as far as plus healing, but let's face it, it's only 11 plus healing when you get some intellect as well, and it's plate, so you can actually use it in PvP, because it has stamina as well, so woohoo! I'm going to be trying to find Belt of the Ordained. Let's see here. Strat Undead, again, you should be running anyway, and, I mean, half of it's pretty shitty, because you don't use any nature spells as a paladin, but hey, to be fair, Omnicast boots are not terrible, but again, you're probably going to piss off some magic users if you roll on them. I would roll on them, however, because damage and healing is not only a caster boot. Mages and warlocks, they might not understand it, so be prepared for a little bit of drama if you go that way. I plan on going that way anyway. Now, 4-drink seal, I think it's from the final quest in Western Plaguelands, or the 4-drink, which I think is pretty sweet. I love this ring. I had it on my first Paladin. It's really good. Get it. Rosewine Circle, I've never heard of it. Mainly because I've only ran Lower Blackrock Spire like 5 times ever, and apparently it just didn't drop from Uruk Doomhow, which I don't even remember who that is, because I didn't run the dungeon that much. It's fine. It's, really good for a Paladin healer. I mean, these are the 2 you really want to go with. This one's easy, as long as you have a guildie or 2 to help, and you hopefully do, or at least a friend. And this, just do get a Lower Blackrock Spire and roll on it. I mean, I don't remember what Uruk Doomhow is. I don't think he's not Jed. Jed is Upper Blackrock Spire anyway, isn't he? I don't remember. I think Jed's in Upper Blackrock. He's a rare spawn. But just make a targeting macro if you ever want to do that. Trinkets. Well, you're going to be running Blackrock Deaths, or Upper Blackrock Spire. Personally, I would want Burst of Knowledge. I had that on my Priest back in the day. Wonderful trinket. Even better for Paladins. Because your Flash of Light spell doesn't cost jack anyway, so it almost makes it free, my man. Well, not almost. I mean, I think it costs like 160 mana right now, and I think I get another rank, so it'd be like turning your max rank Flash of Light into like a less than 100 mana heal, which is really good for 15 seconds, and increases your healing and damage done. Some people will say, well, it's a mage item. Well, I'm just telling you, it's really good. Apparently this person thinks it is too. Briarwood Reed, it's good. People might argue again, mage or warlock. Second Wind, I mean, this is the only one that's really dedicated to you, and that's in Blackrock Depths. I don't remember if Golem Lord is in the arena, or if he's actually a boss. I think he's a boss, like a regular boss, but anyway. Again, Blackrock Depths, a lot of shit in Blackrock Depths, if you might have noticed. I remember seeing this thing on my Priest, and since I was a dumbass back then, I didn't really want it. Because I didn't really give a shit about plus healing. I'm now older, I'm smarter. I'm going to be going for this, and I'll go into Blackrock Depths later. It's not difficult. Personally, I'm planning on not using these for my offhand. One, because Paladins can't dual wield. Not really sure what they're going with here, considering Paladins can't dual wield. Is that a weapon, or is that okay? Nope, it's just a held in offhand. Okay, well, I would still probably go for the Shield and Mara. But that's because I want to get my PvP gear, and that's a good PvP gear. It's like a... Well, anyway, I mean, that's not bad if you just want to do that, but you can also just wait till phase 3 or 4 and get the Lily of the Life Giver from AV Exalted, but for phase 1, yeah, that's pretty good. And that's basically the Holy Paladin best in slot, or what this person thinks is the best in slot, and I'll be fair, that's pretty good, it's pretty good, like, beginning checklist to try and shoot for in phase 1, if you want to try and remain, competitive. So the takeaway from this is, you're going to be running Blackrock Depths a lot. You're probably going to be running Lower Blackrock Spire, and you're going to be running Strat Undead. With maybe a few, if you really want to try and min-max, you might be trying to run the Temple of Atal-Hakar, but let's be honest, I like I said, I've never seen any of these, the Atale gloves drop, so... Hey man, if you got a lot of time and you can run Sunken Temple a lot, more power to you. I won't be doing that, though. Nope. I'll be trying to get the Hands of the Exalted Herald in Blackrock Depths groups. That's a hard thing to say fast, but yeah. Hardest thing is on your pocketbook will be the waist. I would imagine. The rings, not that bad to get, so long as you know where to get them, which I highly recommend you use this resource here if you don't know where to get stuff. Trinkets, that's not that bad. I mean, right now I have one trinket because, again, I haven't been doing a whole lot of dungeons, so don't follow my advice. I'm just trying to get as much money as I can from the open world, and just grinding, basically, along with a few quests. Of course, if you can actually raid, you want either the Green Lens or the Judgment Crown. Personally, I'd want the Judgment Crown just because it looks badass, and I never had it on anything except a Transmog and Legion, so I want the Judgment set. If my guild ever starts raiding, I'm going to be telling them, I want the Judgment set. But you're a Holy Paladin. I know. I also PvP. I want the judgment set. Also, it looks freaking awesome. I don't really care to go into the raid gear. Once you get to, raid stuff, you should know what you want to look for in gear. But that's really all I got today. I gotta go. I gotta start doing stuff. I need to start revising more. And I gotta just, yeah. Probably not gonna be able to play too much WoW tonight either. I feel bad about that. But, hey, you know what? At least I'm not addicted. When I was a kid, I would have said, no, screw whatever I gotta do. I'm playing WoW. Not anymore. I can at least prioritize now, so I guess I shouldn't feel too bad. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And hopefully I will see you next time. Later, everyone. Until then.